As people start to understand that creating content is less about you trying to be something and more about you trying to sell something. And you could sell your music by just being yourself. You just have to remember.
In fact, that works better.
I think it works
It works
best.
way
It's
better.
the only way that it works.
Because it creates a connection. And you want that connection.
The key has to be is the call to
It's
action.
what you're doing right now on your socials. You're killing it.
In your
You're
videos,
really killing it.
in your pictures, what are you telling people to do? Are you just inviting them to look at me? Is it at the end of the video, go get a hoodie, go download my record, request me on radio, and man, y'all like the way this sounds? So do I. Make sure y'all text Ferrari Simmons right now and tell him to play my record. Here's his phone number. I'm sorry, Ferrari. And then, so whatever. But if these are the things that's what creating content is, and that's why some of you guys need to, you don't want to learn marketing, you don't want to learn promotions, you don't want to study the circus because you think it's just full of clowns and animals. The circus is probably
But you don't have to be a clown. You can stay on brand. You can be who you are and still be clever and creative and fun.
I got the cheat code to the street. Gotta make sure that my family eat. I get the cheat code, I'm a beast. They said they'll never let me out of lease. Stop all the cap, I'm just trying to see. You really back what you talk on the beat. They put me in, I'ma walk on the beat. I eat my plate and it make me obese. I been pushing lyrics like a kingpin. And when the day we got no
Yo. I like the ensemble there. Tampa Bay hat and Bravest.
Yeah.
I like it. It looks very Georgia Bulldogish.
Yeah. You know, it's my second favorite team. I like the Bulldogs.
Really, I didn't know that. Okay, I love it.
I didn't know that either.
Miami Hurricanes, Georgia Bulldogs.
I love it. I love the combination of the Tampa Bay hat, courtesy of H302 on Instagram.
Yeah.
Looks really good on you, my brother. I think people should get one.
Yeah, they should definitely get one.
Yeah. Can you show them the side of the hat? What's it on the side? What does it say? Sign here?
Sign here. You can put your signature on it.
So you can autograph the hat when you rock
autograph
it.
your own hat.
Because you're a champ.
Facts.
Not a chump.
Use a
It's
Sharpie.
not called Champa Bay. It's called Champa Bay. Because it's a city of champions.
Hockey team won.
Devil Rays. Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Bucks.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And USF is they're only a stone's throw away from being able to knock down the door and bring home some type of a conference championship or something, I'm sure.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Great city.
We love winners.
Yeah. Absolutely love winners.
Yeah.
And speaking of winning,
he used us for content as well.
It's great content for the city too, and for anybody in the city.
You got any money on the big game?
Team of winners.
No.
No.
I tend not to because I get then it ruins it for me.
Right. Because you're not watching it for enjoyment. You're watching it to win
To
a
make
bet.
some money.
I watch it
to
for
win
the
a bet.
commercials. I'm that person.
Commercials are trash usually up with the big game.
I love the big game commercial. I'm the complete opposite. I find so much inspiration.
It used to be really
in them.
good.
Yes.
It used to be amazing.
The soft drink commercials were
Yeah.
amazing
Only
when they had
one
Cindy
that's
Crawford
really good,
and the
yeah.
Bears.
Yeah.
The dogs. Bud McKenzie was awesome. They had some good ones.
NFL is the biggest sport by a long shot.
The penny.
Yes.
The penny commercials with Anthony Hardaway when he had Little Penny and Big Penny.
Those are funny.
I
Those
gotta
were like a big thing.
I got to give props to the NFL because remember, for many years they were afraid that the next generation wasn't embracing football,
Right.
And they were really worried about that. They did a focus towards it, and now it's
the most popular sport in the United States.
I
Yeah.
think that if it weren't
even
for
more than soccer, right?
by a long shot.
if it weren't for
In
the
America.
big game,
Yeah.
there'd be no reason for people to have big TVs. I think the big game is what got people into the big TVs. If you'll notice, I'm sure you guys have seen the advertisements from Walmart and Best Buy and Target, everybody and their mother. They're all the big TVs are on sale for the big game.
The big game.
And NBA All-Star Weekend is like next weekend. Valentine's Day is upon
Now
us.
their commercials, I'm betting you guys the NBA All-Star Game commercials are better
Cut it out.
than the big game.
Really?
Really?
Pay attention this time.
I will.
Because
I
I've
will.
been like, yo, these are great.
Can
And the NBA halftimes have been better
I make
than the
a
big
confession?
game halftime. Even though we had Rihanna last year, and that's the hometown.
The only time that I've shown interest in the NBA All-Star is when I'm physically at the game promoting. I've never I waited 20 years for LeBron to enter a dunk contest and never did.
He's never gonna do it. Yeah,
Right, and
So-
Jordan and Dominique and those guys, Spud Webb and those guys made it so that was like the thing to watch during the All-Star game. Because NBA All-Star games being televised and all that stuff is like that's fairly new.
It used to be great because you wanted to see Shaq play with Jordan because
Right.
you never saw Shaq and Jordan on the same team.
Right,
But
correct.
Now it's a little different because everyone's friends and stuff like that. But I was just saying, like the commercials and the halftime show is usually all I'm saying because the NBA is a little bit more current
They're more progressive.
and
Yeah, they're
progressive.
more
with-
progressive.
with the talent that they pick for the halftime and stuff like
I
that.
remember when the NBA
It's a different market.
started demanding their players
different
wear
market.
suits. I remember that when
remember that.
AI
Yeah.
had
Remember
just
that.
came in and
Yeah.
when they're like, look, bro, we're tired
Baggy
of the
suits.
raids and the baggy clothes with the with the jewelry and the tattoos. Man, y'all
Baggy
gotta wear
suits,
suits. Yeah,
They were
then
baggy.
they started wearing baggy suits. Yeah,
Everything was
it.
baggy.
But they started killing it with the suits. Like they weren't just wearing suits; they were wearing suits.
Yeah.
So
They
speaking
were
about
killing
commercials, one of the good things that I hope our coders are doing is I hope they're writing down the commercials they see during Super Bowl,
Yeah.
or
Or
during the big
All-Star.
game,
Big game.
during the big game, or during All Star Weekend, or doing playoffs, or doing Pro Bowl, or doing CIAA. Is writing down and understand that these commercials that these big companies are investing in, they're giving you kind of like a scaled version of what you can do. Understand what's the goal of the commercial. Was it to push the product? Was it to create awareness for a product? What was the call to action in the commercial? How did they film it? How many times did the camera angle switch? Did they switch 3 times? How long were they on each camera angle? Start writing some of these things down. If you got TiVo or you have a way to record some of this stuff, record it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to give you some ideas on how you can create some really creative content for your social media. Maybe get a cousin, maybe get somebody else involved. We talked about with Blaine, and we seen him and Zoe doing the commercials for the Writer's Block hoodies, to where they started to incorporate. It's a social media piece of content, but it was recorded in the breath of a commercial.
Right.
And I think as people start to understand that creating content is less about you trying to be something and more about you trying to sell something, and you could sell your music by just being yourself. You just have to remember.
In fact, that works better
I think it works.
It works
best.
way
It's
better.
the only way that it works.
because
feel
it
like
creates
it-
a connection,
Correct.
and you want that connection.
The key has to be is the call
It's
to
what
action.
you're doing right now on your socials. You're killing it.
In your
You're
videos,
really killing it.
in your pictures. What are you telling people to do? Are you just inviting them to look at me? Look at me. Is it at the end of the video? Go get a hoodie. Go download my record. Request me on radio. And man, y'all like the way this sound? So do I. Make sure y'all text Ferrari Simmons right now and tell him to play my record. Here's his phone number. I'm sorry, Ferrari. And then so whatever. But if these are the things that's what creating content is, and that's why some of you guys need to. You don't want to learn marketing. You don't want to learn promotions. You don't want to study the circus because you think it's just full of clowns and animals. The circus is probably
But
the
you don't
greatest.
have to be a clown. You can stay on brand. You can be who you are and still be clever and creative and fun.
You know, I'm gonna tell you guys something. This is the craziest, easiest thing that happened for an artist. She was 17 and she put my name in the song. And then
Dub plate.
no, she
Oh, she just-
literally
yeah,
she
mentioned it in
put my
the
name in
verse.
the
Okay,
real
go ahead.
song. And then she tagged me, and then she had like close to 1 million followers because she was popping in high school. She was up at the radio station. I had her come to the radio station in 2 days. She grabbed my attention and had all her followers tag me.
Right.
And then the next 2 days, I had her come on the radio station and I played her song on the radio.
Shout out to YFN Lucci.
How
Free Lucci.
easy
They
was
did
that?
They did when they had a version of the their popular radio song. He did dub plates, and they went in and redid the song and mentioned every DJ on the radio in their version of the song. So every DJ had. So when Bigger Rain
So they
comes
had
on the
their
song,
own
it says
version.
Lucci. When they talk about us, he says DJ Cube. When they talk about us,
he did
dub
it for
plates.
me.
I
He
know
did it for me and Fly Guy
'cause
DC.
I've got dub plates
I
from
still
Bigger
have
Rankin
that.
from. I've got dub plates that were done
When they
with
talk
T.I.,
about Ferrari.
You
when
name
they
it.
talk, oh yeah. I remember that.
And so
I
that's
felt
a
good,
great
too.
way. That's a
Yes.
great way for artists to be able to help their
It's
cause.
genuine.
If radio is on your
Sounds
radar,
like a lot of work, Kingpin.
it's only a lot of work if you don't have the sessions, Rory, and nobody bothered to get it put on a hard drive, and they recorded it on Fruity Loops in your uncle's basement.
Sounds
and
like
then
they
you
got to
wanna
stop
re-record
smoking
it
weed
somewhere.
or stop, doing their extracurricular activities to work and clock in.
I can't admit to this on camera, so I won't. But I know plenty of people that smoke like a house on fire. And it doesn't. Elon Musk is probably the most prominent figure in the world. Michael Phelps won 10 Olympic gold medals smoking gas. Okay, I don't listen, bro. If gas was the Sigmund Freud was prescribing cocaine and heroin, my boy. Ain't nobody ever did that to no marijuana. They give you that when your back hurt.
I mean, I'm not trying to have a Kingpin moment, but you guys piss me off when you don't want to do the work that is necessary. Not the key word is necessary to get where you want to go, to get where you aspire.
Meaning what's needed.
You want to take a damn shortcut. So therefore you complain like a little kid.
You want to pay.
And you don't even have kids, so then you didn't even know that you're acting like one. Well, I have
That's
5.
funny.
So I know when
That's
you're acting
hysterical.
like a kid
That's
because
hysterical.
you complain like one. My daughter, when she gets hungry, and I love my baby, she's 6. Daddy, I'm hungry.
She ain't gonna let it go till she
Okay,
get food.
baby, I got you. Give me 5 minutes. And in 2 seconds, she says, Daddy,
I'm hungry. What we gonna eat? What you think about
hungry.
making?
Okay, you know what? Come on, we're gonna go over there. She was like, but I want it now. That's what the y'all be talking
pineapples.
like.
Beep.
You want it now. God,
Beep,
you're not gonna get it now.
Beep, beep.
You're not gonna get it now. Because you haven't earned it.
See, we're
You have
hanging
to
around.
earn it. And if you don't earn
you
it,
have to work for it.
we don't give a
Yeah, we don't.
I
Nobody
don't
cares.
care. What you talking about, bro?
Nobody cares.
It doesn't matter.
And
Because
when
you want it now.
And when you think you're ready to
Suck
go
some
get on the radio and you got to go
outta
take
here.
around and sit around
You
program
want it
directors
now?
and radio
What?
directors, you think getting a song on the radio just requires getting your song on the radio? What happens when you got
No,
to
that's
fly
real. That's
to
real.
California and you got to jump in a car and you got to drive up the Pacific Coast Highway and you got to stop at radio stations in Santa Barbara
They
and
don't
you got
wanna
to
do
stop in
that.
Fresno, or when you got to go to Phoenix, or you got to go to Albuquerque, New Mexico, or you got to go to San Antonio, or you got to go to Texarkana and you got to visit radio stations in these markets and you got to take these PDs to dinner and you have to sit there with somebody that doesn't care how many people you've killed, robbed, finessed, took advantage of, that they only care if playing your music on their radio station will make people keep listening.
That's all
and
they
then
care
they're
about.
going to sit across from you, and you and your team are going to have to buy them an extravagant dinner, and you're going to have to explain your vision, and you're going to have to explain who you are as an artist. What does your music taste like, my boy? I want to hear it right now
And-
over dinner.
and-
And don't make it obnoxious and don't make it offensive, or none of my other PD friends are going to support you the way you want, so you have wasted your money for free, so be mindful.
And you're going to have to do that again and again and again.
And it doesn't stop.
And you're gonna have to be likable.
And it doesn't
because
stop.
people help people
And
that
your
they
personal
like.
life
That's
is
right.
going to be it's okay.
Yes.
Do you want this
Make
or
a
not?
choice.
This thing that you want so bad, do you
Make a
want it? Because
choice.
it's going to come with some things that are going to be difficult.
Yep.
I have problems
Sacrifice.
myself with time, spending time with my wife, spending time with my kids. Right now, I am gone all day. I'm not going to see anybody. And when I come home, everyone's going to be sleeping.
Sleep. Yep.
Yeah.
And then I have to get up before everybody
Yep.
to get everybody ready for school.
That's right.
Then I'm going to be gone all day again.
And don't stop. It's a vicious cycle.
But the reality is, like, what else?
But they've been playing
will
Madden
we be
all day.
doing?
They've been playing Madden all day. They've
That's
been
kind of
rolling
my
up.
point. Like,
they've been in the studio kicking it.
What else do you have to do?
You go to the mall. You
What else
buy
do you have to do?
buy
Just
It's
clothes.
exhausting.
Do it.
It's exhausting being a victim, you guys. I don't think have you guys ever seen how tiring, you know how tired
I've
we
never
get
seen it 'cause
hearing
I've
to
never
people
been one.
complain? Imagine how exhausting it must be having to complain.
Even-
it must be so exhausting
Or blaming.
for somebody
Or
to
Even
passing
when the-
blame.
Even
on
when
my
the is hitting the fan, I'm not focusing on hitting the fan. I'm focusing on what's working and how I can get to that next level. Like, it just doesn't matter. When bombs are dropping, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Imagine
you just
how-
got to get up and go.
How crazy is it to know that you have to do something, but you tell yourself you don't need to?
I don't wanna.
You know, they say it takes
That's a
more.
lack of
It
self-esteem.
takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile, and I dare say it takes more energy to purposely do nothing than it does to. Because when you're bored, you're going to get up and walk. You're going to get up and move because you're bored. You're tired of doing nothing. Some people don't get tired of doing nothing. They're glad with it.
And another thing that happens is you know that you're more talented than someone that you see that is very
you
successful.
think you don't know nothing.
Well, sometimes they are more talented.
Yes.
But then what's holding them back is their work ethic. But
Or
then
lack
what's
thereof.
Clouding
Or
their
their
judgment,
attitude.
But what's clouding their judgment is people have been telling them, "Oh my God, you're so special. You're so good."
I said in episode 74 or like that. How long do you think people will continue to respect you if you keep telling them how talented they are and they don't see it? They don't see the results. The people that I equate with success in the music industry, Wendy, Rari, and Kingpin, I equate those three people with success. I'm willing to listen to what they say because they've helped people be successful. And they tell me I'm successful. Why am I not feeling successful? Why don't I look successful? Are they lying to me? Do they tell everybody this? Does everybody get to feel this? And then they go on this. Now I want to delete myself. I want to unalive myself. I want to unalive all my friends. Nobody cares about me. I want to take prescription pills. And why does God have to be so hard? And the world is good. And they start making a song out about it. And it's a trauma bond. It's a bunch of people that were raised by emotionless people. Emotionless people. You were raised by people. You were raised by emotionless people. People that didn't have any emotion. They didn't teach you how to love, so therefore you don't know what it is.
Correct.
You don't know when you're being offensive. so you don't know how not to be offensive. You don't know when you're being aggressive, so you don't know how not to be aggressive, because the people around you taught you that whenever you were going to express yourself, they told you to man up, shut up, be quiet, suck it up. Real men don't cry. And having emotions isn't a weakness.
Oh, you left out stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about.
Yes. Having emotions isn't a weakness. Not being able to control those emotions is the weakness.
Correct.
And I think within all of our task in the music business, helping artists understand how to control their emotions, how to not lash out when you get frustrated, how not to cut off your face.
These are things that
not to cut off your nose,
that are not
spite your face.
included in the description of your job.
Because there's no onboarding for that, my job.
Because it's humanity. It's not about your job. It's being human. All those things affect who you are as a person. They don't affect your job description.
When you get a job at Walmart, they give you an employee handbook, and in that employee handbook is a code of conduct, and there you have to agree to the stuff that they're telling you, the rules and regulations.
This is very true.
That does not exist in the music industry.
So does the code of conduct include things like shower and wear cologne?
Hygiene.
Some of them have that. Yes.
Really?
All that
These
in
major
there.
companies have that in their guidelines.
Wow.
Yes, but
And
you're not
people-
allowed to be offensive.
So we have to teach people how to
People
be
do
people
not
now?
read it.
Not teach them. You have to hold this
Hold them
is
accountable.
a requirement.
Okay.
If you want to work
Okay.
here and you want to be gainfully employed by this company or this corporation,
You have to wear
these are the
deodorant.
rules
You
and
have
stuff.
to
You have
shave.
to.
You have to
because
whatever.
that doesn't exist in the music industry.
But what happens
There's
though?
no who is the head of the ethics committee in the music industry.
Sometimes I think I am.
Who is the ethic? Where is their ethics?
Where do you file a complaint about unethical or
We don't.
You don't. You sue. You get
Yeah.
you have a lawyer and you
Yeah,
sue
we
for
give them
money.
raises and we give them
you
label
didn't have the
deals.
money to go
Facts.
have the lawyer review the contract, but you found the money to go sue somebody.
That's crazy. Isn't
This
it?
is what I'm talking about. This is that cycle of that running in a circle, bro, and there's no end to it because
Yeah.
nobody's bothered to say, hey, bro, stop for a second. What are we doing here? Are we just going in a circle? Okay, cool. Boom, I'm gonna go over here then. Have fun in your circle.
Yeah.
I want to go somewhere where I'm being productive. I'm not making, because you could be in motion and not go nowhere. It's called a treadmill.
Yeah.
You run fast as hell on a treadmill. You can even make it go uphill.
Yeah.
And when you get off the treadmill, you got no further
All
than you
yours-
were
you're
on
just
the
tired.
treadmill. You're
You're
just
just
tired,
tired.
baby.
Just tired.
You're just tired.
And that's what most of these, unfortunately, most of the artists nowadays are on a treadmill. They're on this fast pace to keep up with the image of everything. And then at nighttime when the lights go off, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, man, it was exhausting having to make believe that I was a successful rapper. Now I got to get up in the morning and go work at McDonald's. There's no shame in that. Why can that not be part of the story?
Yeah.
I got to get up in the
It
morning
is
and go
part
to
of the
McDonald's.
story. It should be. It is part
should
of the-
be
it should
part
be
of the
part of the
story.
story.
It should be getting
It
broadcast.
makes you human. It
I
makes
need
you
to
like
hear that.
every fan that you have. Your fans get up and go to work. Why can't you?
Sound too much like right.
I don't know, man. And I'm hoping that the cheat code can help change that. And I'm hoping
I
that
think
one
we
of our
are.
coders are going to be one of the ones that's going to spark
think we
the
are.
fire.
We're almost at 100
that's gonna
episodes.
Burn this to the ground.
I think we are.
And let it start.
I think
back
we're
up
making
again.
a difference.
Cheat code.
Get 2 coffee cups, you bitch.
Cheat code.
Don't hit my line. I don't pay when I gamble. So if you took a gamble, you a sucker.